Hello, I'm Tony Giddens, and today I'm going to be interviewing my dad, Stephen Giddens. He is a former high school government teacher and social studies teacher at Shawnee Heights High School in Topeka, Kansas. And I'm going to be asking him some questions about teacher pay. All right, Dad, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so first question. Do you think teachers are adequately paid?
I think teachers deserve more money for what they do. I think most people undervalue what teachers do for their kids. And as a result, they always say, you get paid, you have 3 months off in the summer. Well, nobody I know ever gets 3 months off in the summer.
Yeah, that was actually one of my next questions, because after a lot of research, I found that teachers end up working a lot in the summers when people say that that's the reason why they're paid less, because they have those off.
Correct. Every teacher I know worked either a second job during the school year, and if you're a coach, you do have a second job that work many hours and do that because you love it, but you never get compensated fairly for the amount of time you put in with that. But I worked every summer while you guys were kids growing up so that we could have nice things.
Can you share what you did during the summers?
I worked for a crop insurance company as an adjuster, and so I would be gone for sometimes 20 or more days in a row in the summertime. And it paid fairly well. Actually, probably paid more per hour than I ever made as a teacher.
So without the pay, why did you want to become a teacher?
I like kids. I like social studies and history and government and economics. Those are not things that are generally real wanted in the outside world. I did those kind of things. Plus, I like coaching. And, I'd still be teaching kids because I love that aspect of it.
Okay.
But there's a lot of other things I didn't like about it.
Yeah, I'm sure. So here's a little statistic I found. So how does it feel to know that in 2015, education, whether it was elementary or high school, college graduates that majored in education, they were expected to get a 17% lower weekly wage than comparable college professions?
That does not surprise me. I understand a little bit of it because they do pay you through 12 months, even though you get paid less because they say you're only working 10 months a year. I understand a little bit, but at the same time, you look at your brother who has no college education, and I'm not taking anything away from him. He works very hard for what he does, but he's making $100,000 a year. Do you know any teachers that are making $100,000 a year?
Not many. And I was also thinking, you also have to consider that teachers have to earn a license, and then they have to complete in-service hours throughout the year.
Right. And when I wasn't going back, working in the summer, I was always going back to school and trying to squeeze that in so that you could stay up and, getting advanced degrees so that you get more pay and better retirement.
And then another statistic I found was female teachers receive, just female teachers compared to other occupations, comparable occupations earn 13.9% less, but males receive 24.5% less in salaries in a 2015 study.
I think what that says is that overall women are poorly paid compared to men.
Well, men receive less, and teachers receive less than other male occupations.
I think statistically, one of the things that always happens is they throw all of the extra pay that coaches get, and so many of them are male, into those averages, that it throws the numbers way off for women who don't coach. It makes it look like they earn a whole lot less money. So I think those are a difficult statistic to compare, but sadly, women make less in every occupation than men.
Agreed. But because males receive considerably less, 24.5%, almost 25%, than other male occupations, do you think this leads a lot of males away from wanting to pursue teaching?
I would say yes. I mean, your mom and I were talking today. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a national park ranger. That's what I wanted to do, and it paid less than being a teacher,
Really?
which is scary enough by itself. And I always wanted to live in a forest, but they could assign you anywhere, including the middle of the frickin' desert, and I didn't want any part of that. So, that kind of turned me off a little bit as well. But I think all in all, males don't go into teaching sometimes just because of the pay.
Yeah, definitely.
And, it's seen as a woman's job, particularly elementary school.
Mm-hmm. So, getting off topic from that a little bit, teacher shortage. What do you think are some of the causes from the teacher shortage?
Well, pay's got to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of respect. It's harder and harder to do a job where parents are more and more demanding and less involved. Involved with their education. They're involved with the outcome. They complain about the kids don't learn anything, but they didn't do anything to help them. So I think that's a big problem.
All right, last question or two. So do you think parents want to sway their children away from being teachers because of the pay?
Well, my dad was a principal, and he always told me not to be a teacher.
And I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you always told me to not be a teacher.
You could make a lot more money doing other things.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. But I think he died before I became a teacher. But I always thought he'd have been very proud that I became a teacher. So, when you look at my family, your Aunt Missy, she taught for a while. Uncle Tracy is a teacher and principal. So I think it kind of, it's like if your dad's a fireman, you become a fireman kind of thing too. So I think that's some of it.